Do you ever feel cornered, pinned in some situation that resembles the questions like, hey, when did you stop beating your wife? Where the situation like these questions seems to be crafted intentionally to conceal the way out. So you're left frantically thinking, what can I say? What can I do to get out of this? Because everyone is believing something that's not true. Sometimes we want vindication, justice, someone to break through this false frame and show us the way out, to deliver us from a web of words that's been unjustly spun against us. And I think the psalmist in Psalm 43 felt this way. He says, "Vindicate me, O God, and plead my case against the ungodly nation. Deliver me from the deceitful and the unjust man. For you're the God of my strength. Why have you rejected me? Why do I go mourning because of the oppression of the enemy?" He says, "Vindicate me, plead my case, deliver me as if from a trap. You're the God of my strength. Why have you rejected me? And why do I go on mourning? What is all this for?" It reminds me of when I got lost in the woods. And this is one of my earlier memories, playing in the woods behind my parents' house growing up. And I must have been playing I remember it a very long time. I was playing and going deeper and deeper into the woods. And at some point, I came out of my play world and realized that nothing was familiar. I had no idea how to get back home. And the adrenaline started to increase. My eyes started to well as I'm everything I'm doing is just leading me deeper and deeper, it seems, into the woods. And then I noticed some light coming in through the trees, and I make my way in that direction, and I breach the tree line and find that I recognize nothing. I see there's a road just ahead through in this clearing, and there's a lady in the road that looks up and notices me, and she sees this little guy with tears beginning to stream a little bit, lost. And she starts calling to me, encouraging me to come up to join her on the road, and she was going to help me find my way home. But I didn't recognize any of this. I didn't recognize the road. I didn't recognize her. I didn't recognize hope. And I receded back into the trees. I felt like a lone wheat in a forest of tares, that just deceit was everywhere, and I had no idea where to find hope and how to get back home. Hope was there. My house was actually just two houses down. The road would have taken me home, and the lady would have taken me home, but I couldn't see it. And sometimes God allows tears for a time, and it's hard to see hope. In Psalm 43, verse 3 and 4, he continues, the psalmist does, "Send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Let them bring me to your holy hill and to your dwelling places. Then I will go to the altar of God, to my exceeding joy, and upon the lyre I shall praise you, O God, my God." When you're lost in the woods, when you're lost, it reminds you just how beautiful a thing like home is. It's like when your taste buds are revitalized and what you once thought was bland, you taste the flavor in it. When it's like finding your hands on sand and dry ground, and kissing the shore that you've been cast upon, or realizing you're home. It's that kind of sweetness, that beauty, that it's hard to hold on to when you're feeling lost. And I think that it's interesting. It's difficult to hold both at the same time. The confidence in the God of our strength and the joy of the shore of salvation. When we're lost, we sense the beauty of home, the joy of salvation. When we're safe, we enjoy the confidence and the strength of our God. And if only we could pull more of the beauty into the confidence, or if only we could pull more of the confidence into the panicked situations where we can't see that ray of light of hope and the truth that would lead our heart out of that mess. But I think that's what the psalmist comes to in verse 5. He says, "Why are you in despair, O my soul? And why are you disturbed within me? Hope in God, for I shall again praise him, the help of my countenance and my God." Reminding himself, steadying himself in the truth. I think that's one reason that it's immeasurably better for us to live this Christian life together, to steady one another and remind each other. Like, while one is lost and struggling to recognize the light of our confidence, the light of the confidence, the strength that we have in God, one can come alongside and point out the light, call them to the light, remind them of the light. And while they're doing that, they're reminded of the beauty of that light that this person that's feeling more desperate is acutely aware of and putting on full display how important and wonderful it is to have the safety of home, the safety of an eternal home. So I pray that you may be active in this kind of sharing of our faith, reminding of the confidence, the strength we have in the confidence of the Lord, reminding one another, refreshing one another to see the beauty of that confidence, the beauty of home, that it would never become bland. So I pray that you may be active in the sharing of your faith, and I will catch you all again tomorrow on the next video.